Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Lakers Chronicles coming at you with this video, man. Just want to talk about the summer league, the rookies we picked up, and how they playing so far. Um, and just signing Caldwell Pope, man. I just want to talk about what potential he could bring to the team. Um, and even the rumors about picking up Rajon Rondo. So, with all ado, let's go ahead and get into that, man. So. I know y'all been watching the summer league, and a lot of people been telling me who they're impressed with, who they're not impressed with, and I just want to say, for the moment, man, the biggest surprise to me is not Lonzo Ball, man. The biggest surprise is Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, man, he's looking like a pretty decent, good pick for us, man. I like the fact that the kid is 6'10", he plays defense, he's able to get out there and shoot the three, he can rebound. He can finish with both hands, and he's pretty athletic too, man. I like the fact that we picked him up because the NBA is becoming, a little more versatile with the big men who can step out and shoot the three, and I think he can play the three and the four for sure. He has a little foot quickness as well, so I think the three would be if he backs up Brandon Ingram with the three, and backs up Rondo at the four, or Nance, I think that's a good pickup. And with him being able to shoot the ball like he can, they're not going to be able to keep him on the bench too long, man. Shooters they seem to find their way into the game. So, Kyle Kuzma has definitely showed me, so whatever Rob and Magic say they saw from him in the combine when he hit 10 threes, I want to say, I see it myself too. I definitely do. When they first drafted him, I was kind of like scratching my head saying we got enough power forwards as it is, but nah, we can use him somewhere. We can definitely line him up at the three behind Ingram's, because Luau Dane probably ain't gonna be there. And Kyle, like I said, Kyle definitely showed out. I would also say Josh Hart. Josh Hart has showed me what I've been knowing about him his whole career anyway. That he's a kid who can really flat out score the ball. He's a real competitor. He has a decent handle, and he's just a pure shooting guard. Somebody who can pop the three, somebody who can come off the curl, can get buckets and bunches. Just one of those energy guys that you can throw in the game, and he can get you a quick 20 points. When it's all said and done, I think he's going to be able to contribute to the Lakers a lot more than what LA fans thinks, because he's already semi ready, man. He's already semi polished with the 4 years of college ball and a national champion, and he's just a competitor, man, a real fierce competitor who's going to bring it every night. And that's part of the thing Magic and Rob was saying, they want winners who are going to come in and try to make things happen, and he's one of those guys who's going to be able to do that. He might be one of those guys that people feel like maybe he shouldn't drop down to number 30 to us, and I'm glad we picked him up. Like I said, I like his toughness, and I like what he brings to the table. And then we picked up Thomas Bryant in the second round. Man, Thomas Bryant has he's impressed me. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Lakers fan. I'm just saying that because it's just the truth. Thomas Bryant has been hustling. He's been rebounding pretty well. He showed me that he's can definitely finish at the rim, and if open, he can hit the three. He's been pushing the pace. On the fast break, Thomas Robinson gets in that middle lane, and he trucks it, man. That's what we need in today's game. Lateral quickness. Somebody who's gonna get out and run with Lonzo, even if that's a big man. He's Thomas Robinson has surprised me and played better than Zubac has, if you ask me. And I know, I don't know what's going on with Zoo, man, but he's been out playing Zubac, and I know he's not better or going to contribute right now like we're going to get out of Zubac, because Zubac, played a hell of a game last year in the summer league, and he actually played some big minutes for us this season. So I know Zoo can do it, and I know he works on his craft. Maybe it's just a couple off nights, or playing with guys who don't really know him and he don't know them. Maybe they're not getting him a ball enough, or we got a different summer league coach as well. So Brian Shaw's not doing it this year. So it could be a whole bunch of things playing out. I don't really know. I'm not going to really look too deep into the summer league. So, and then we have Lonzo, the number 2 pick. I know a lot of people was rough on him about his off shooting night the first night. But this is summer league, and this is also, his first game. I'm not making excuses for him, but you're gonna have off nights, And I don't think he really is shook up about it. I think he's gonna continue to shoot the ball, and eventually, a shooter can shoot himself out. And I do think he's a very decent shooter. I know it's not his game to score first, but I would like to see him be a little more aggressive on the offensive side just to keep the defense on their toes, because you don't want nobody to just they automatically know he's just gonna come down and get rid of the ball, unless at least give him a little dribble drive penetration, fake pull up, turn it, dish it, whatever. Just keep the guys on their feet or whatever like that. And I think when it all boils down to Luke and the coaching staff would make sure he at least penetrates the ball, the paint a little bit more, and attempt some shots, because I don't want him to just be a little too passive. But for the game two though, I saw with my own eyes, I saw a kid get a triple double, which is pretty impressive, but also just being relaxed. He wasn't pushing the pace. He wasn't playing hard. He wasn't trying to grab every rebound. He was just kind of cool and collective, man. So that lets me know that the ceiling is very high, and we could possibly have a point guard who can come in and give us the Rajon Rondo stats from back in Boston days. Probably 14 points, maybe 11 assists, maybe 6 or 7 rebounds when it's all said and done. And I think if we put the right weapons around him, we can win with that. So I'm not going to really critique his game too much, because, like I said, this is just summer league. Give it some time. Y'all be patient. And, so far so good. I'm impressed with what I see from the Laker fans. The Laker players. I really am. And the fans, of course. We showing out in Vegas right now. So we just signed Caldwell Pope as well. And I seen Caldwell Pope play a few times at the University of Georgia. I live in Georgia, so I just want you to know we're getting a scorer. Somebody who can really score. He hasn't even scratched his surface just yet. I don't know why Detroit kind of let him go just yet, but the kid can really flat out score the ball. He's a great shooter. He plays pretty good defense, and he's actually underrated going to the paint as well. He's going to bring. I think when it's all said and done, Caldwell Pope probably will be our leading scorer this year. And he just brings a toughness about him, man. I know we only got him for 1 year, but maybe we just giving him an audition to say, hey, maybe we want to offer you some more money next year. I know it was close to 18 million, but I was reading that we need to keep at least 800,000 to sign Thomas Robinson for the rest, for 3 years. So hopefully we figure out a way to, keep that money and give Thomas Robinson, not Thomas Robinson, but Thomas Bryant that contract, man, because I don't think we're going to draft him and like his potential and then just let him leave like that. So be looking for Thomas Bryant to get that contract one way or another. And then there's been rumors about Rajon Rondo. We all know what Rondo can do. I'm not going to really get too deep into that, but he's going to be able to show Lonzo how to lead a team, take the heat off of him. He might back up Lonzo. He might start. I don't know, but maybe he'll start for a couple, for the first half of the season, just so Lonzo gets comfortable. And Rondo's a competitor. He's going to be somebody who's going to push him in practice. He's going to yell at him. He's going to show him what it is to be a leader. Because one thing we can't take away from Rondo is he do know how to lead the team. He might not rub all his coaches the right way, but you give him a team, he's going to make your team better. It don't matter who the talent is. Rondo knows how to be a leader. He's not a great shooter, but he's a great leader, passer, a rebounder. He plays defense when he wants to, and he gets the best out of his guys, man. From what I've heard Big Baby Davis say and KG say, he's an excellent teammate. So maybe we'll give him an excellent situation and he comes in and does what do what Rondo do. So I don't really know for sure if we're going to sign him, but I just heard we're still trying to sign him, even though we just gave Caldwell Pope $18 million. So with that being said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, subscribe, hit me up in the comments, man. It's a couple guys that be hitting me up in the comments all the time. I appreciate that. I would shout y'all out, but I can't remember your name right at the top. But we're gonna get there, man. I appreciate that though. Keep it up. Holla at me, man. It's Lakers Chronicles.